Dominguez heads it out. We'll do it again on the throw. Kicked up towards midfield, crosses the halfway line. Couple of headers and pushed forward. Nicely done by Alex Taylor. Into the 18 runs Sabrina Chung and forced back out of danger. And has she earned a corner? No, it'll be a goal kick.
Great ball by Taylor, putting Chung through, and he just, once she gets to the end line, that's when she should have crossed the ball one time, but decides to keep the ball, cuts it back, and unfortunately goes out of bounds. But that's the type of play you want to see in the middle of the field. Quick 1-2s, go forward, and then you'd want to explode the space in the gaps to get through.
Tompkins, a 5'6" junior. That Carly Stevens, also a junior, the goalkeeper.
We see that push right there from Taylor Pack, just comes from underneath, gives out a shove from behind, but referee's right about 5-6 steps behind her.
Both of these teams in schools, powerhouses in soccer all the way around. Both of their boys programs very, very good and still alive in the boys tournament, which continued last night and now at the regional final level. We saw Bowles win a state championship on the boys side last year in 2A.
Correct. You're right, talk about dominance both in boys and girls as well.
Alvin James, the head coach of the Stallions boys program, one of the more prolific programs in the state, as we mentioned.
And we've seen some of the schools on the boys side from last year. They were in the final. Cabot Prep got knocked out. Steinbrenner got knocked out last night in double overtime, and we saw them lose last year in the state final 2-0.
People feeling good here in Brevard County. A number of teams still alive, girls and boys. Melbourne and Merritt Islands girls will be playing this weekend. And Melbourne's boys, Merritt Islands boys, still alive as well.
Of course, Melbourne girls won last year.
Last year in 4A, correct.
Right, and last year we had the games.
Undefeated coming in this year. Here's a nice run being made and deftly defended there by Emily Hume.
Of course, last year we had their games at their Melbourne High School. And one of the difficult things about it was turf, so the lines were kind of difficult for a lot of the players to see. And of course, being turf, a lot of the schools were not used to it. So it's a little bit of an advantage for those schools that did have turf, that did play in turf. But you know, this weekend here, we cannot complain about the field conditions. Are absolutely just perfect.
Yeah, I think we saw it a couple times last year. Goalkeepers, girls and boys tournaments had trouble judging where their box was and ran out and would try to collect a ball and were whistled.
Absolutely, and if you remember the goal that Tampa Prep scored to win the state final last year, it was that night when it was raining the first night, and the ball skipped on the grass, on the artificial turf, and it made a difference. Keeper came out and misjudged the bounce, and it just completely skidded, you know, and that was the difference in that game.
Lafat made a nice turn to get the ball crossed in. Here comes another one from Chung. It's right onto the far post, and boy, Stevens made a nice save to keep it out.
Great cries by Chung. Once again, she goes down the line, puts just a sitter into the back of the box. Great job to Aisha Leafat. Just does a good job just getting at the end of that, but just not a lot of power. And of course, goalkeeper does a tremendous job just leaning to her right and grabs that ball.
Here come the Bulldogs with the build-up. Far side, and it's pushed out by Rachel Diaz, and it will come back to the Stallions on the throw-in. But to your point, Eddie, what a great facility upgrade from last year here in Melbourne. We're a little further north than the Melbourne High campus, but boy, what a facility.
Right.
Players, you know, like it, playing on.
Well, and that's the thing. I know that
true field.
When you talk about making it all the way to the semifinals and finals of your state, this is the kind of venue where you want to. It's got to be an upgrade, right? If you're talking about the best and most important games out of the season, out of the year, this should be it. And playing in this type of facilities, I know a lot of the times you go into a bigger stadium to, you know, kind of get some of the fans for both schools, accommodate for the fans.
Anna Coy with the free kick, and that was a dangerous ball as saw Chung nearly run on to the end of it. And Bowles still not out of trouble. Look out, Morgan Hawes You know what she can do this year. And it will be a foul, and it will come back to Bowles. 8 minutes gone by, opening half.
Of course, Morgan Haas with 20 goals and 10 assists. I think she leads her team in goals and assists, so no stranger to putting the ball in the back of the net.
just a freshman.
And just a freshman, that's true. That's just, you know, since we're talking about, you know, some of the underclassmen just making a difference at this level already.
Ball will stay with the Bulldogs. And both of these teams have veteran head coaches. Matt Tracy, 46 years old in his 9th season, native of Bowie, Maryland. And then Steve Burgess on the other side, now in his 12th. Burgess, the native of Sherborne, England. Well, not too far from Southampton. I wonder what EPL team he likes. We'll have to ask him in postgame. Did his education at Nova Southeastern. Bowles trying to keep it into the attacking third. The ball is sent into the 18 and now whipped back out. Chung plays it ahead. Here's Hawes. Lots of real estate in front. And poked away with the toe nicely by Grace Mathis, who had lots of grace there playing defense. All set ahead again. Crouch. That Grace Mathis along the byline, and goal kick is the ruling.
If you look at that size difference right there in that matchup.
For all the latest high school sports news, watch High School Scoreboard weeknights at 6 and 6:30. High School Scoreboard is your source for game highlights, stories, interviews, and the latest recruiting news. Of course, today, National Signing Day. High School Scoreboard weeknights on Bright House Sports Network, your home for high school sports. National Signing Day coverage all day long on Bright House Sports Network today. Entire crew working overtime. Lots of caffeine, lots of pizza to get through it for sure. But I'll say we're at, Eddie, where we want to be. We want to be on the soccer pitch.
Absolutely. Can't complain too much, especially this pitch here.
There's the turn from Rodriguez. Boy, nice ball in. Rolls free. What do we have? It's going to come back to Bowles. As we saw Hawes with a whole lot of pace to get onto it, and Stevens got there first.
Morgan Haas, I thought she was going to come around and she was being helped a little bit, but it was actually the other way. And of course, having a referee on that side with a closer view, it helps.
Yeah, the responsibilities for your assistant referees in high school are a lot different than you would see at the professional or even college level, where they're basically just marking offsides and possession when balls go into touch. It's a little bit different. They actually help out the main referee here and can actually card you.
Yeah, absolutely. They make calls too.
A little bit more responsibility, but the high school level, it certainly makes for a better game. At least some would argue that. That's the idea.
That is the idea.
Closer and closer to our second half break zone. So water break will come up somewhere in the neighborhood of 20 minutes to play. So about 3/4 the way through here. No score. Nothing has been decided yet. Ball played ahead by Marley Batiste. Hawes races back forward. It'll be a throw. And Morgan Hawes, the freshman, 21 goals this season. Could she be the hero on this one?
Not too shabby for your freshman year, right?
No, not at all. Looking for one of those patented Eddie Rodriguez moments of brilliance.
That's it. All you need is one right now.
Whitaker couldn't quite get there, and now we've got Azari on the other end, the other freshman. And the ball will roll all the way to Stevens. Just past our 23-minute mark. right side. See Taylor Pack. Ball in the last 5 minutes, 7 minutes, Eddie's been more on the attacking half of the Stallions, hasn't it?
It has. You know, it's one of those situations where I think whoever controls the midfield a little bit better, especially towards the end of this second half, to try to get some chances going forward, you know, and some offense rather, because you know, it hasn't been too many clear shots. I mean, we've seen some stuff from the outside kind of far. We've seen a couple of crosses, corner kicks, of course, but nothing really clear.
Emily Hume playing in that triangle. Now ahead to Abigail Anderson. Another ball in. And Stevens again, as Whitaker was bearing down. We saw Whitaker throw a hand into the post in disgust. Another chance for American Heritage.
I'm telling you, Stevens has been solid throughout the game. And that was a perfect chance of her to come out, of course, in that great cross. Because Whitaker was just knocking down the door.
Bowles has not seen a lot of possession this half. They have the ball now. This is Diaz, has it taken away. Hannah Coy steps in. And now Whitaker by herself. Closing the space now is Mathis, and she goes down. And a corner kick's awarded to American Heritage here with under 5 minutes to go.
Corey playing that gray ball to Whitaker. Whitaker had two players in the box. Morgan Hayes just wide open, but of course she wasn't able to get to the ball and cross it. Gets the ball for a throw in here.
Excuse me, not a corner, a throw. Now it's into the corner. And it'll be another throw as Coy will move up to take. No. It'll be Taylor instead. Alex Taylor, the 5'4" junior. Nice throw. Gets it into the 18. Dangerous ball again. Need to clear it away, and Kulik able to do so momentarily. Right side. Pack. Dangerous ball covered again by Stevens. So a lot of chances now building up for American Heritage. And so often, Eddie, you see a team really start to assert control and then they lose sight defensively for one lapse.
That's right.
And it costs them. You get confident feeling you're about to break through, and then, uh-oh.
And that's the importance of, you know, staying on your toes. If you're going to go forward, you have to commit some players defensively too, and you have got to bring some of those midfielders back. But you're right, especially in the last 10 minutes of this match, we've seen a lot more chances for the Stallions.
Mathis sweeper takes care of it. Now Whitaker, that time the defender beat her to the ball again. Taylor. Looking to Pack. And another dangerous ball sent in, but the defense was right there. Read the ball well. Ferlin now going up top. Azari off the right knee. Defenders back up. Plays the ball. Into the 18. Ferlin with the left foot off of the defender. Comes just inside the box. A turn by Hawes. Defense was there. Tried to score that with her left foot. Had three white jerseys right on her.
Corey trying to play two players, take two players on, and it's just, I don't know that she has the legs left, but I think the Stallions look a little bit fitter.
Diaz trying to get it ahead. Big battle. Zari, one along the near touchline in front of us. And Pack powers it ahead. White jerseys all around, played all the way back, and giving chase is Hume. Mathis, who swept it away. In the middle, Kulik in a battle with Pack. Taylor and Tara, the sisters. Now left side, Crouch. Running on, but they've got to do it here in overtime or in penalty kicks to make that happen for Coach Burgess.
Last 10 to play in this game. We'll see, you know, if either of the team has the answer to get it done in the second overtime, or we'll go to the penalty kicks.
And they've switched sides this time. Now Bowles is attacking from right to left. Nice win. Bowles coming out with some energy here in this second OT. Kulik.
And that's what you want to do. As soon as the game starts, you just got to come out, you know, go at them.
50-50 win by Amanda Goldstein here on the near side, pushing the ball all the way into the corner. And the two number 5s meet right there. Will be a throw. Crouch started things off. Ball stolen away. Sabrina Chung. Big collision just outside the box. Play on, says our referee.
Wow. That's a check again. And the referee saying play on, but
letting them play. Here's Alex Taylor. Through ball attempt. As Hannah Coy tried to run on to the end, again met by a brick wall.
I'm telling you, Hannah Coy has been running for just the whole entire game.